Governor Nikki Haley updates us on the flooding, recovery from flooding throughout the state. Let's listen in.
That literally washed out streets and homes and businesses, but what we're proud to say is so much of that is back up. You can look, all of our interstates are going, 86% of our roads are back up and moving on schedule. Tourism is back up to where it needs to be. South Carolina is open for business, and for that we're grateful. And you look, it's not raining today, God has smiled, and the sun is shining. But this is the part that you wouldn't know. While the debris is gone off the roads, if you took a right-hand turn into any of the neighborhoods in some of the counties like Williamsburg County and Clarendon County and in Sumter and all over the state, you will still see devastation. You will still see homes that have been damaged. You'll still see homes in need of repair. And I want to give you a story. During one of our Team South Carolina days, there was a couple from Sumter. She was crying uncontrollably. The husband was still in shock and not saying anything. And when I talked to them about what had happened, she was a veteran that had been hurt during her time in service, and she got $300 a month. Their trailer was damaged. They had mold all over their trailer. She got $300 a month, and she had just spent $270 to get her children clothes that weren't molded so that they could go to school. I don't know what happened to that couple, but I know she had an assessment of $18,000 in damage. I know that FEMA probably was able to help her some. I know that the state was probably able to help her a little bit more. But that couple stays in my mind because they're not the only ones. Every family deserves a safe roof over their head. And here was a disabled veteran who had given her service to our country. And what they gave her was a tarp. And they told her to go back and live in her home until she could get it fixed. A home that had mold, a home that you would not put your children in, and a home that I would not put my children in. That's why we're here today. It is because the feds are doing all they can. I think we have had probably over 86,000 people who have registered with FEMA. About 25% of them are getting help. That means 75% are not. We've had a lot of work by our nonprofits that are too numerous to name but have done phenomenal work. And so what do we do to help make sure that every family has a roof over their head? What do we do going into this holiday season where we're counting our blessings, knowing that there's no child out there that doesn't have a home or a safe place to live? So there was no place else to go. When government is done, we have to keep going. And so we started a One South Carolina fund. And what this is going to do is this is going to allow us to complete the work that government can't do. And so we went to all of our South Carolinians that we are so proud that have made a name for themselves. Whether it is in entertainment, whether it's in sports, whether it's in so many other things. You can look at the news, you name it, the owner of the Panthers. It's very cool people that when we called them and we said, this is what we want to do, we didn't get a no from a single person. Every single person said, tell me how I can help. And so this One South Carolina Fund is in the name of that couple that I met in Sumter, knowing that there are other families like that out there and saying that we want to do more. We want to help. We want to see what we can do. And so what we are doing is we are asking the people of South Carolina to step up today. We're asking the people of the country to step up today. And the way we're doing that is we're saying, if you were blessed and did not have damage by your home, with your home, if you were blessed and you had insurance, if you were blessed and you're able to get back into a safe place, pay it forward. Help those that are not. We are going into the giving season, and we've got South Carolinians that are in need, and we want to step up and help. And so every one of these people on the board and every one of the ones behind me today have decided what we're going to do is we want to thank the Central Community Foundation that has allowed us to come in and work. My foundation, the original Six Foundation, is underwriting all the costs of this. so that everything that is given is going straight to supplies, going straight to making sure that those houses are rebuilt, so that there is no other operating costs that are in place. And with that, I'm working with Colonel Schweda. We are identifying the families. Obviously, the families that we're going to be helping the most are senior citizens, those that can't do for themselves, or those that are in poverty level that very much have to have that extra work that can't have it. And so I am extremely humbled and grateful that we have these people here with us today. Some couldn't be with us and some could, and so I'm going to ask those that did come up to speak, and we'll start with Governor David Dean.
Governor Haley, thank you. And this is a prime example of how the people of South Carolina can come together in a public-private partnership. The governor clearly states that government can only do so much. And the government, and particularly Governor Haley, in this tragic time where infrastructure was a critical chaos with all the flooding, this 1,000-year rain, it was devastating all across the state, and particularly in some pockets. But once the infrastructure, roads and bridges, water and sewer are stabilized and secure, then comes the rebuilding of homes. The people who've lost everything, don't have insurance, what do? And families who are already poor and needy. And this is where I think it showcases the greatness of South Carolina, how we as citizens can come together, people of faith, regardless of your denomination, regardless of your religion, can come together based upon love your neighbor as yourself. And there are thousands of people all across this state that need your help. Whether you live in South Carolina or around the United States, please give consideration, touch into your heart and then in your wallet, and go to onescfund.org. That's onescfund.org. And whether it's $1, $10, $100, or $1,000, or whatever you can afford, help the victims and the people that have been devastated by this tragedy. And it's ongoing, and as Governor Haley says, whether you're at the Capitol, whether you're in Clarendon County or Williamsburg County or any other rural area of South Carolina that you do not see on your everyday drive, these people need your help. And so, Governor Haley, thank you for the leadership, not just as governor and all the realities of governing, but for helping the poor and needy and those who need it. This state's been through a lot in the last many months. And I can tell you, as much as I travel around the world, everyone talks about how South Carolina shines. And so we can't neglect our own people that have been devastated by this. So thank you for taking the leadership of stepping up once again to show that we're a shining city on the top of a hill that showcases the rest of the world that we're going to help our neighbor, we're going to help the people in South Carolina. And so we want to ask everybody in this state, step up, do it, and do it now. And so having said that, I will turn it over to Coach and then two great athletes who are behind me. And these guys are so much bigger before I came along. But Coach, good to have you, and turn it over to you. Yeah.
Thank you, Governor Haley, for allowing me to be a part of something that's grassroots. I've been one that has been drawn to grassroots opportunities, and this state has definitely, if I look back on when I first came to the state, our program, the women's basketball program, was a grassroots program. Now it's turned into something really special, not because of any particular thing that I've done. It's what the people of South Carolina has done. So anything that's been needed in this state, whether it's love over hate, whether it's opportunities to go out and give by doing community service. But this is something, that we've been given a whole lot. The people that are standing, behind me, we've been given a lot. And to whom much is given, much is required. And this is an easy requirement for all of us. So, if you live and you breathe every day, here's an opportunity to get behind something that can affect so many people. And I thank Governor Haley for allowing me to be
the
a part of it.
announcement from Governor Nikki Haley, where they have announced the creation of the One South Carolina Fund to complete the work that the government can do as far as the recovery efforts throughout the state. Many areas, a lot of them, rural areas, are still dealing and struggling with recovering from the flooding that we had in October, the devastating flooding. So they've created the One South Carolina Fund And you can donate to that fund. You can donate to onescfund.org. And as you can see, members from USC and former Governor David Beasley also a part of this group, also talking about the creation of this fund. We'll have much more on this announcement from Governor Nikki Haley and the creation of the One South Carolina Fund coming up on News 2 tonight at 5 and 6. And of course, we'll have it more information on our website, counton2.com, and on our social media platforms as well. Stay with us. We're coming right back. You're watching News 2 Midday.